Boogie 2988 has to be one of the most disgusting people on this platform. Now, I understand that's not news to anyone watching this video, but I made 2 shorts regarding his whole plagiarism scandal between him and a YouTuber I have never even heard of called Talentless Right. I will happily play a brief clip comparing the two and their videos.
You're starting out on YouTube before you have any sort of sizable audience. You're fueled by hope.
When you first start making YouTube videos, you are driven by one thing, and that is hope.
Hope that one day you're going to be known amongst all the other people you watch. Hope that you'll make money off doing what you love, and hope that you'll have tons of subscribers who love your videos.
Hope that you can create a career out of it. Hope that you will entertain people. Hope that you can make something amazing.
What?
Once you quit your job or school and focus solely on making money through YouTube, you are now being fueled by fear.
But when you quit your job and make YouTube a full-time gig, you're motivated by a whole other thing, and that's
comparing the YouTube job to a real job, and the comparison is very similar. Check this out.
Every day goes from, I wonder if this video will blow up so people will notice me, to, oh fuck, if this video doesn't do well, I'm not gonna be able to eat.
fear that you're going to earn enough money to survive doing it.
And logically, you'd think once it's your main job, you have more time so you can make more videos, which means you'll get more views and more money. That makes sense, right?
And here's the crazy thing about being a YouTuber. If you do more work, it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll make more money.
But that's not how it really works, because YouTube isn't like a regular job. In a regular job, if you go from working 20 hours a week to 40 hours a week, you make double the money because you did double the work, or at least work double your hours.
If you work at a normal job with a wage or even a salary, and most of the time you do overtime, you'll probably get extra pay.
But on YouTube, you can go from making 4 videos a month to making 8 videos a month, or even 12 videos a month, and make even less money than when you were making 4 videos a month.
But on YouTube, you spend that extra time making more videos, and that video gets demonetized, or doesn't perform well in the algorithm, or your audience just doesn't like it, you'll probably end up earning less money.
Now, we know that Boogie's thoughts on having a real job aren't that. We know he didn't write that, because here's the thing. If Boogie's thoughts were truly that having a regular job would get you more money, he would not have been making videos where he gives nothing but excuses as to why he cannot get a job.
Proves it. I hope it's entertaining. Now, this commenter left a comment that the majority of people left, which basically boils down to, I have no sympathy for you. You need to get out there and work just the way that I am. And I got a lot to say about that. First off, he's not wrong. The majority of people need to work for a living at a 9-to-5 job. And I might very well be one of those people. And I've started looking. This deck is stacked against me a little bit, though, because keep in mind, I've been disabled since 2008. I don't have a working back. I can barely stand up. I can barely move. That's why I have to be in the pool for exercise. That's why boxing was probably only a pipe dream, but it's something I work towards anyway and will continue to work towards. On top of that, I'm mentally ill. I also have no work history. Pretty much ever. The last job I actually had was back in 2007, and the woman who hired me for a small business has been dead since 2008. On top of that, I'm also a felon. So I need to find somebody who hire a mentally ill, disabled felon with no work history and no degree. I'm sure that job's out there. I just don't know where it is yet.
Or have the attitude of, he's too good for a regular job, because I know for a fact he has stated before that he's too good for a job. I just can't find that clip. So this brings me back to Talentless Writer. You stole from him. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. We know, like I said before, those thoughts about real work, about an actual 9-to-5, and don't get me wrong, YouTube can be real work, but even YouTubers say it's an easier job than most. But getting an actual job, you don't have those views, because you've done everything you can to botch your chances at getting an actual job. Heck, you had an actual job at one point. Not one that I necessarily approve of at all, but you worked as a adult film industry editor. So why couldn't you edit for websites, dude? You keep making excuses after excuses after excuses. It gets old after a while. But then that brings me to a tweet that you made that I made 2 separate responses towards. This is just hilarious. Boogie says, he talked to Talentless Right, and we met an agreement and understanding. I know that it won't go a long way in the rumor mill, but this was just a case of, quote, parallel thinking. Anyone else would have doubled down for clout. He's a good man. Wish more YouTubers were like that. And I like the first response. You stole and came to an understanding. What the heck does that even mean? You bullied a fellow YouTuber with a smaller viewer base? Yeah, that's basically what he did. Let's just be honest with you, with everything. He bullied a smaller YouTuber into submission. Because word for word, Boogie said everything word for word that dude did. Either you stole it or ChatGPT wrote both videos, give you guys the same script. Yeah, you bullied him, Boogie. You bullied the man. It wasn't parallel thinking. There is parallel thinking within videos sometimes, but this was not it. You stole it word for word, man. You pulled an Illuminati level steal on this one. What a sad little bully of a man. Good Lord. So, this is the second time I've looked at this video, this tweet, and something stood out to me that makes Boogie look even more like a narcissist and makes his entire "I hate bullies" persona out to be completely hypocritical. Look at this right here. Right here. Anyone else would have doubled down for clout. He's a good man. Wish more people were like that. So let me get this straight. Boogie, fat man. You're telling us that if Talentless Wright were to double down and defend himself from you plagiarizing his stuff, he would be looking for clout. What person in their right mind wants any sort of clout from you, you fat slob? Nobody. You're a washed-up YouTuber. He would get more support from creators if he actually stood up for himself. He's not looking for any clout. And this makes your whole "I hate bullies" and "I don't like bullying's" persona out to be a complete and utter freaking lie. You fat, flabby slob of a man. Good Lord. How freaking dare you? Boogie tried for years to paint himself as this man who's the underdog who always gets bullied whenever somebody gives him basic freaking criticism. But now he goes and he bullies a smaller creator blatantly, just blatantly bullies him. I showed you the evidence. Bullies a smaller creator, and now he's like, oh, if he had pressed down and doubled down on this, he would have been doing it for clout. Dude, do you see how much negativity you're getting and you've been getting over the last few months? Do you really think anybody wants clout from you? How full of yourself can you be? Now, I take plagiarism very seriously. I took it seriously with Illuminati, and I'm taking it seriously now, Boogie. You stole from that dude. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There is parallel thinking. Of course. Of course there is. And you may not have said things exactly word for word, but you only changed like one or two words within your script, between your script and his script. You didn't change much. And we know full well, like I stated, that your thoughts on actual 9-to-5 jobs ain't true, or else you would be fighting, clawing tooth and nail to get an actual job. The fact that you have people still defending you is beyond me. But hey, Boogie, I'm sure if he had pressed, he sure as heck would have liked those 48 people that would have followed him off of your clout. What a sad sack of nothing. It's over for you, Boogie. It's just over. Everyone sees you as a manipulator. Everyone sees you as this man who's almost 50, manipulating and bullying smaller creators so he doesn't get any heat. Even though we all know what happened because multiple YouTubers have pointed it out. But hey, why don't you continue to go on LolCow Live and proceed to make videos exploiting your girlfriend who's 20 years younger than you, who has mentally ill daddy issues. Boogie, continue to do that, because that's all you're good for. That's all you're good for. Stealing people's content and being a cry bully and manipulating your young girlfriend so you can continue to get clicks, views, and try to shove as much money into your fat pocket as humanly possible. Oh, and I just want it to be known that this is not okay. This is not okay to insult somebody who was manipulated. That's just not okay. Like, give me a break, dude. Give me a freaking break. He was manipulated. He was bullied into this. Can we not take things out on the victim, please? Do I lose a little respect for Talentless here? Of course I do. But I'm not going to go full bore on him. I think he was manipulated by a larger creator and didn't want things to happen to him. Get over yourself.